please silence your cell phones and keep the central aisle clear. We ask that you please rise for the Board of Trustees, faculty, and the senior class of ACS and remain standing for the national anthems of the Republic of Lebanon and the United States of America.
please be seated. Graduates, please be seated. ACS trustees, faculty and staff, friends and family of the graduates, and distinguished guests. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 112th commencement ceremony of the American Community School Beirut for the class of 2023. I would also like to welcome our guests from the American Embassy, Acting Deputy Chief of Mission, Mr. Mark Morano. Thank you for being here. To our parents, although it sometimes doesn't feel like it, especially as your children get older and begin to assert a bit more independence and autonomy, you have been a critical part of your children's educational journey, from the time they were babies until now. They would not be here today without the love, guidance, and support you have shown them. Thank you for this. And thank you for trusting ACS to encourage and foster their academic, intellectual, and personal growth. To our faculty, we've often heard said that teaching is more of a calling than a profession. People choose to become teachers not for the monetary rewards or societal recognition, but because they want to make a difference in children's lives. There's nothing more gratifying to any teacher than watching the progress of the children they teach. ACS teachers are deeply committed to educating the whole child, not only helping him or her to grow academically, but also to develop socially and emotionally. I am in awe of the relentless dedication and effort ACS teachers put into everything they do on behalf of our students. Thank you so much for this. And finally, to our graduates. Last weekend, I was in the United States for my daughter's university graduation. After listening to countless student speakers and chatting with some of my daughter's friends as they reflected on their university experience, I'd like to share with you a few of their tips. First, get involved. One of the biggest regrets people have about their college experience is that they didn't take advantage of the incredible variety of activities, causes, programs that you can be involved in. You will never have such amazing choices again in your life. Take advantage of them. The more engaged you are, the happier and richer your university experience will be. Don't just try to get out of your comfort zone, try to abolish the very idea of a comfort zone. Second, your anticipated academic path may change in unexpected ways, and that's okay. You might think you want to study biochemical engineering or particle physics until you actually do. Try to balance studying what is practical with what genuinely interests you. University is often the last time you'll be able to learn about certain subjects, so take advantage of any opportunities to broaden your academic and intellectual horizons. Remember, especially in this age of AI, we study the humanities to make us a bit more human, and that's important. And third, always expand your friend network. Often the connections you make with people are around common interests and similar backgrounds. But don't narrow your field of friends to those you have the most in common with. More than anything, look for people who are genuinely good people, with strong character and a good moral compass, and surround yourself with them. These will be the people who you can trust, who will make you feel good about yourself, who genuinely make you happy when you are around them. And be sure to reciprocate all of this back to them. In closing, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to the ACS class of 2023. We are so happy to have been part of your educational journey. Have a wonderful summer and best of luck in writing the next exciting chapter of your life story. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the chair of the ACS Board of Trustees, who is herself a member of the ACS class of 1979, Ms. Nina Jakowski-Kaprulu.
Good evening. I would like to ask the class of 2023 to stand. and please applaud not only your family and your friends, but your faculty. Thank you. They are also proud of you, and I'm sure today will be, I'm sure tonight will be a lovely evening as well. Please sit down. Thank you. So I'll keep it brief. Our traditions are both memories of the past, including my own as a class member of 1979. I'm ancient. And promises to all future ACS students. That includes you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, all of us are volunteers, by the way, and many are here today, to celebrate your accomplishments. We say we welcome you as alumni to a shared history of generations for over 118 years of graduates. We are older than the Republic of Lebanon as an institution. You are proof of resilience and a cause for celebration. This commencement is, at its core, a celebration. It's a culmination of collective efforts from every aspect of your lives, your family, your friends, your hard work, the school, your teachers, and the school staff. It is also an official endorsement of you, our graduates, in your ability to venture forth and make an impact in our vast, challenging, and ever-changing world, carrying with you the spirit of generosity, camaraderie, curiosity, adventure that lies in the heart of every ACSer. On a personal note, and Tom will talk about this more, Arwa, I'm so pleased that you are here back in Beirut today. We've known each other for almost 30 years, making me feel older, when I first met your family at Robert College in Istanbul. So for now, Mabruk to the class of 2023. Thank you very much.
You guys did well. I'm glad we practiced so hard yesterday. In a moment, I'm going to call the Acting Deputy Chief of Mission of the U.S. Embassy in Beirut, Mr. Mark Morano, to the podium to read a letter from President Biden and to announce the President's Award winners for educational excellence. The recipients of President's Awards for Educational Excellence have maintained during their high school studies a grade point average of 3.5 or higher on a 4-point scale and received recommendations or demonstrated high achievement on a standardized test. Students, if your name is called for a President's Award, please stand in your place and remain standing until the last name is announced. Audience members, we ask that you reserve your applause for award recipients until the final name is called. Mr. Morano, please come to the podium.
Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to read this letter from the President of the United States. Congratulations on receiving the 2023 President's Education Award. Jill and I are honored to join your family, friends, and teachers in recognizing this wonderful achievement. Over the past year, you worked hard, learned so much, and faced challenges head-on. You stayed curious and fearless, and you persevered. I am proud of you, and I hope you are too. I truly believe that you are part of a remarkable generation, one that is more gifted, talented, and tolerant than any before. That's why I know the future of our nation is bright. Young people like you will be leading it. Keep studying, believing in yourself, and know that there is no limit to what you can do. You can make a difference. Lift our country up and change the world. I look forward to all that you will accomplish. Thank you, and congratulations from the President. It gives me great pleasure to announce the following recipients of the award. Hadi Abu Alfa, Jad Aoun, Alec Pender, Shireen Arnous, Amanda Asi, Lola Atat, Maya Baba, Wael Bassoum, Mohammed Beydoun, Wael Buhadir, Rashid El Gamal, Khalid El Qasar, Talia Etter, Noura Gandour, Evanur Hamade, Layana Hamdallah, Judy Hamoud, Roman Horelikan, Ahmed Isber, Umar Jan, Nikolai Kruski, Celine Makaram, Karim Maktabi, Tiara Rabat, Tamer Reis, Faye Shaukat, Michaela Sosa Ortiz, Lana Takush, Christina Maria Van San, Karim Zantut, and Malak Zain. Congratulations. You may be seated. Thank you.
I have to confess, last night I was walking home from school and a couple people from last year's class, knowing it was graduation, got out of their car and they asked me if they were my favorite class. And I kind of buckled under the pressure and told them that they were, but I was lying. You guys are my favorite class, and I don't just say that every year. This past Tuesday evening, Ms. Sana Abu Ali gave a terrific keynote address at the National Honor Society induction ceremony. Ms. Abu Ali had something personal and kind to say about each member of NHS sitting on the stage. I'm going to try and work from the same model, but I have to apologize in advance that not everyone will get a mention. There are too many of you, and there are too many kind things to say. I'm going to start with this week, because as strong a class as you have been, you saved some of your best work for this week. The Tiny Desk concert last night, Alec, Hadi, and Christina, you deserve compliments for your playing, but your talent is the second best part of your achievement. Your true legacy is that you made the stage a safe and comfortable space for so many newcomers. I was most moved to hear Naya, Juliana, Miriam, and Phoebe, all grade 9 students. You made possible for them moments they will never forget. And I know those young people will grow into grade 12 students who pay that gift forward one day. I'm going to use the gift that you gave as an occasion to talk about despair. I apologize for this, and I guess I'd like to say there's a reason that I don't get invited to a lot of parties. But we agree that mental health is a primary concern among high school students. And that means that we should give mental health the space it merits at our most important ceremonies. I bring up despair because in my earliest drafts of this speech, my wish for each and every one of you was freedom from despair. And that remains my deepest, most sincere wish for you. But it is, I'm sorry to say, a very dumb wish. So, I came up with two better wishes. And these two better wishes can help you with despair when it comes, and it does come for all of us, sadly. So my two wishes for you are cognitive endurance and existential clarity. And in addition to not getting invited to many parties at Christmas time, people don't really like the gifts I give either. But I'll say it again, cognitive endurance and existential clarity. I think they're both worth having. There's a course at UPenn, and this is a course for people 1 year older than you are. It's taught by Professor Justin Daniels, and it is called Existential Despair. The course meets once per week. Students give up their phones. They go into a room, there's couches, chairs. They read a book cover to cover, actual book, no computers, and cover to cover, and they talk about it for a couple of hours afterwards. The course runs from 5 p.m. at night until 3 in the morning. And the only rule for Professor Daniels is that the book the students read be sad, and he says when he describes the course, I mean sad in the beginning, sad in the middle, and sad at the end. The course at UPenn has the longest wait list, and students absolutely rave about this course. They love it. I want to take it myself. The students say that the marathon reading sessions are the best thing they've ever done to gain the cognitive endurance that helps them overcome the ADD that many of them have been diagnosed with, that many of them said got in the way of their studies. And the sad books, the students don't think they're sad. They say that the books feel honest, that they speak to students about some of the loneliness that they've struggled with. Many of the students say that Professor Daniels is the first teacher they've ever had to speak to them like they were adults who are ready to cope with grown-up problems. And for this, they love him and they love his course, and strangely enough, they say this course about despair makes them very, very happy, because it's honest with them about what some of the terms of their lives are going to be one day. The honesty in the novels gives the students what Professor Daniels calls existential clarity. So to repeat, my two wishes are for cognitive endurance so that you can concentrate for a long time. The world that we've given you, the technology that my generation has created, has deprived you of that skill. There's a way to get it back. And existential clarity will set the stakes of the game for you in a way that will make you feel more self-assured. So, Christina, Alec, and Hadi, that's why I thanked you for showing those grade 9 students the way to the stage last night. You showed them the elation that exists on the other side of any fear they might have had about standing on that stage. And that elation can be a seed that helps a young student grow into a person who can devote time and attention to difficult tasks. Evanur, I think I gave you existential clarity in grade 9 when I confiscated your McDonald's lunch and lectured you about junk food. Micah, Maybe we develop some cognitive endurance in our many long talks about your music grade. And I've got to cram another memory or two in here. Jude and Mo, flag football was a stroke of genius, even if it gave us neither cognitive endurance nor existential reality. But the other thing that everybody knows, football helps with existential despair. I could go on forever, and I know some of you are thinking I already have, so I'll end with this. When considering memory and despair, the poet T.S. Eliot wrote, "These fragments I have shorn against my ruins." My final word is take all of the beautiful moments, the many that I wish I had time to go into now, take all of the beautiful moments with you. Take the love of your family too, and these things will get you through the long nights that sadly visit all of us. And then in closing, Maya and Tiara, you gotta plug your ears. I don't want to blow their heads up too much, but Maya and Tiara, they had some help from adults. They organized the best prom of all time. So it's now my pleasure to invite Christina, Alec, and Hadi up to perform Forerunner by Bren.
I see you still stuck on the same old road, hanging out in places you shouldn't be. You know I'm still stuck on getting older. Living in the past is my specialty, and your forerunner is running up north these days. I bet it gets lonely, no one's there to keep you safe. And the cold weather must be so new town. And I still wonder why you wanna leave this town. I see you slip through on the same old road, hanging out with people like me. You know I'm trying to get a little bolder, so this town is where I'd rather you be. And your forerunner is running up north these days. I say it gets lonely when you're not here past my hallways. Did you drop your crown on your way out now? 'Cause I swear something precious changed. This town is empty now, and your crown has lost its power. 'Cause you changed, but only changed from me.
Thank you. That was beautiful. We'll move to the presentation of 5 awards now. All of the following awards are determined through a nomination and vetting process carried out by the entire high school teaching and coaching faculty. These 5 awards represent formal recognition of excellence across the domains of scholarship, athleticism, leadership, service, and character. The first of these awards is the Farah Family Athletic and Leadership Award. It will be presented by Mr. Martin Mugarbo, and I also ask Mr. Fauzi Farah to come to the stage to present the award after Martin announces the winner.
Thank you, Mr. Kapana. Good evening. It's an honor for me to be presenting the Farah Family Athletic and Leadership Award. But first, allow me to address and congratulate the class of 2023. You are all special and dear to my heart. I had the absolute pleasure to teach you in elementary and watch you grow through middle school and high school. And now it's an honor for me to see you here in this remarkable venue, and I want to wish you all the luck and success in your next adventure. The recipient of the Farah Family Athletic and Leadership Award has been dedicated to our athletic program throughout their stay at ACS. Competed in school tournaments locally and internationally, and also in the community. Broke records in school tournaments and in the community. Was fully dedicated to practices, was the captain of the team for many years. Gave back to the community by helping and coaching our younger athletes in the middle school and the elementary level, and patiently taught them many skills. Was a positive role model to many. It was a privilege watching this young student athlete grow into the person he is today. The recipient of this year's Farah Family Athletic and Leadership Award is Hamad Baidoun. Now allow me to invite Ms. Nawar Baidoun to the stage to present the Blair Harcourt Award. Thank you.
Good evening. I love you. I'm a little bit nervous. This student has been on a path for success, not for winning a game or a competition, or for scoring high on a test, but because it is embedded in who she is. It is her identity and her mindset. This student approaches all tasks with heightened determination and ultra-sharp focus, not for glory, but for the joy and fun of being a part of the team and of playing the game. She accepts loss with a smile, an open mind, and reflects on how to transform a loss into an opportunity. She never loses heart. A silent leader who inspires strength and leads by example. She moves with her team in harmony and unison. Her game is her mission, without it being about her. Her aim is for her team to succeed. A poised leader who exhibits quiet strength, true sportsmanship, and resolute courage. And for that reason, she does stand out. This ACS lifer has blossomed from a shy young child who wrapped herself behind her mom into a strong, independent, and distinguished young woman. Please join me to congratulate this year's Blair Harcourt Award recipient, Amanda Asi. I invite Joanne Saad to present the Fine Heart Award.
I think this one. This year's decision to award only one person has been incredibly challenging, as every single one of the fine and performing arts students in this cohort has demonstrated an exceptional caliber, dedication, and talent, who have not only excelled in their studies, but are also passionate about pursuing their careers in various artistic fields such as fine arts, filmmaking, architecture, interior and spatial design, and fashion. While ultimately only one person will receive the award, we acknowledge the remarkable achievements of all of the students involved. If you had the opportunity to witness and experience the works created by this group in their final theatre solo performances and their visual arts exhibition, you would agree they are phenomenal. We commend both the students and their parents for their dedication and support throughout their creative journey. This year's recipient is a student who has a love for creating and who has dedicated themselves to the arts throughout their time at ACS. They have a deep understanding of the power of art as a tool for bringing attention to important issues and inciting change. They were active in the community through participating in internships with various galleries, designers, artists in Lebanon and abroad, and who have volunteered for local NGOs leading art workshops for young people. Their dedication to their craft was evident in their ongoing reflections in their work and how it relates to life. Their artwork is a testament to their passion for social issues, injustices, with themes of identity, conflict, corruption, hope, often being explored. They were inspired by real-life events and issues that affected them deeply and used their artistic expression as a powerful way for them to make sense of the world that they live in. It's always inspiring to see someone pursue their passions and use it to shape their education and everyday life. I have no doubt that this student's dedication to the arts will lead to great things in the future. Please join me in congratulating this year's Fine Arts Award to Adriana Cavallari.
I invite Nada Shatila and Lena Dawood to present the Citizenship Award.
Good evening. The Citizenship Award is given to a senior with exceptional contribution to the school and the community. The criterion for selection include participation in school and/or community service, demonstration of a positive attitude toward classmates, school and community, displaying an understanding and appreciation of civic responsibilities, possessing strength of character, having the courage to do what is right, and promoting citizenship with the school or community through other activities. This year, and for the first time, the faculty chose 2 recipients for the Citizenship Award. The first recipient is truly an embodiment of what it means to be a well-rounded individual, someone who exemplifies the core values of our ACS institution. What sets this recipient apart is the genuine love and appreciation they bring to every endeavor. Their friendly, inclusive nature creates an atmosphere of warmth and acceptance, making everyone feel appreciated and included. Through small gestures that are uniquely woven and baked with love and attention to detail, they have touched the hearts of their colleagues and teachers alike. From personalized notes to thoughtful handcrafted gifts, they have shown us that the smallest acts of kindness can have the greatest impact. Furthermore, this recipient has consistently shown their willingness to go the extra mile in their dedication to their school community and to their school and their community. Her efforts to revive the ACS music program through her involvement in Tiny Desk and her encouragement and support of the musical talents within our community have been nothing short of remarkable. Please join me in congratulating this year's Citizenship Award recipient, Christina Maria Vansara. I invite Ms. Lena Dawood to present the Citizenship Award to our co-recipient.
Good evening. The second recipient of the Citizenship Award has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to using his passion for music to bring our community together through providing generous musical entertainment for both students and faculty on different community occasions, as well as his dedication to the Tiny Desk music program. However, his contributions extend beyond music entertainment. This recipient has embraced his passion for music and extended it beyond the peripheries of ACS. Through his active involvement in the Zaki Nasif program for music, he has showcased the value of art appreciation and cultural heritage preservation. In addition to his musical endeavors, this remarkable student displays extraordinary generosity in sharing his knowledge and skills. His dedication to assisting students both inside and outside the classroom, whether through individual support or the peer tutoring initiative that he was a key founder of, this recipient has become a reliable pillar of support. His assistance is consistently marked by modesty, respect, and an undeniable passion for uplifting and empowering others. Please join me in congratulating this year's Citizenship Award recipient, Hadi Abu Alfa. I now invite Ms. Claire Chalhoub to present the Walter Prosser Award.
Good evening. It is my honor, privilege, and pleasure to be presenting the Walter Prosser Award to our 2023 recipient tonight. I'll start by reading the description. Walter Prosser selflessly served for years on ACS's Board of Trustees. He embodied what is best in a liberal education. He was a problem solver, a well-read and cultured person, a lifelong learner, responsible, caring, intelligent, and thoughtful of others. This award goes to a student who exhibits this spirit. The student who receives this award has to have maintained a very high academic standing and has to have demonstrated exceptional application of their learning in contribution to the school and the community. It is our most prestigious award. As you can see, this award truly embodies the ACS mission and values. We had a difficult time deliberating on the final winner because so many of you this year are worthy. As a graduating class, we are extremely proud of each and every one of you, and all for different and justifiable reasons. You are a strong class. You are the future of ACS. This year's recipient stood out for several reasons. They are a selfless problem solver, truly reflective of the ACS mission. They have overcome numerous hurdles since being at ACS, not only for themselves, but for those who didn't yet have the ability to do it for themselves. This person is a team player, a strong leader who shows high regard for sportsmanship in every team they played on. This person is cultured, open-minded towards all those in our ACS community, and willing to advocate for an inclusive environment whenever possible, being the caring, tactful, and thoughtful person they are. This person is compassionate. They were instrumental in reestablishing the house system and in advocating for the senior walk. They are a curious learner who has maintained high academic standards despite all the challenges this class has faced. The student takes integrity to its highest level in learning and is a role model for students and adults in our community. They spoke in our TEDx event last year and co-led it this year, demonstrating an ability to engage in a high-pressure environment while making sure that everyone's needs were met, among her many other contributions to our community. Please join me in congratulating this year's Walter Prosser Award recipient, Noura Khandour.
It is my great pleasure to introduce Arla Damon, who will be delivering the commencement address. After a brief career working for a Turkish textiles company in New York City, Arwa decided after the events of 9/11 to change course and become a journalist. She moved to Baghdad and began working for Camera Planet, a supplier of media content for television newscasts. For 3 years, she covered the Middle East as a freelance producer, working with CNN, CNN International, PBS, Fox News, and others before joining the CNN team in 2006. For the next 13 years, she worked as a Middle East correspondent for CNN. Her early reporting was in Iraq, and she covered the trials of Saddam Hussein and other Iraqi leaders, as well as the constitutional referendum. She returned to Iraq in 2016 during the Battle of Mosul. In the process, she came under fire from the Islamic State troops and remained in the trenches with Iraqi soldiers until reinforcements arrived 28 hours later. Arwa and her team won the Emmy Award in 2012 for outstanding live coverage of a current news story for her work on the Egyptian Revolution. She also received the Courage in Journalism Award from the International Women's Media Foundation. Shortly after leaving CNN, she founded INARA, the International Network for Aid, Relief, and Assistance, an NGO based in Lebanon that provides medical and rehabilitation services for children in war zones. Arwa has lived and worked in various countries in the Middle East and speaks Arabic, Turkish, and French. She also has a strong connection to ACS. Her father, Dr. George Damon, served as head of school of ACS from 2003 to 2013. Please join me in welcoming Arwa Damon.
I just have to say that I love how, at my age, 45 years old, my dad still gets more applause than I do, even though I'm the one being introduced. Thank you so much. It's absolutely lovely to be back here. As you heard, ACS Beirut is a place that is very, very close to my heart. And yeah, so thank you again, and thank you for inviting me, and thank you to the teachers for all that you put into the school, to the board members who are here, parents. I know it's not easy having kids, even though I don't have any of my own, and that's for good reason. More importantly, class of 2023, hi. You guys have all been through a lot, haven't you? Seriously, congratulations on making it through. I know it's not fair. It's not fair what this country has been through. It's not fair what it's going through. It's not fair what it has done to you, to your families. But you're sitting right here, right now, and that is absolutely incredible. And from what I hear, your spunk, cohesiveness, and service to the community are to be commended, and for that I say thank you. You know, I remember when I first came here, 2003, was something of a pretty amazing era for Beirut. I was in my mid-20s then, and doing the whole party scene, and I was meeting a lot of people as I was out, and a lot of them were young adults who back then had come back to Lebanon. They had studied overseas, and they wanted to come back. They wanted to invest in their own country. They wanted to build their life here. And you had a sense back then that maybe the brain drain post the Civil War was beginning to be reversed. Unfortunately, Lebanon, like many other countries, is cruelest to those who love it the most. And the wheels started to come off. I have to say, speaking to people, nothing since the Civil War has been as epic as the last few years and what you all have lived through. In some ways, war makes more sense than what is happening right now, for how can a country that is not at war suffer this much? The violence of the Beirut blast, the lack of accountability, the sheer collapse of the economy, the thievery, the failure of the people and institutions that are meant to nourish and protect populations, especially young minds like yours. So again, congratulations, seriously, for being exactly where you are. As an outsider, it is painful to watch a country and a population that one cares about fight for their moments of joy, the way that you have all had to. And if there's anything that I have learned covering war, misery, displacement, violence, it's that joy can spring from the cliffs of despair. Laughter still exists. A love of life still exists, and that desire to scream, we are still here. You are still here, and that's incredible. If you're feeling wobbly about the future, if you're unsure, I can reassure you that that's just fine. Others who have not lived through what you did are 100% struggling with the same things, and I've always found it rather illogical that we're somehow expected to know exactly what we want to be when we're graduating high school. I, for one, had no clue what I wanted to be when I graduated high school. I had a toolkit, though, that I wasn't necessarily aware of having at the time, but that I would quickly put to use. You see, I ended up with a degree in biology and French, a minor in international affairs. I then, as you briefly heard, got a job doing business for this Turkish textile company, which is basically just a fancy way of saying I sold bathrobes and towels wholesale. 9/11 happened. I was in New York. I watched the towers come down, and then I witnessed this surge in anti-Muslim, anti-Arab sentiment. And as someone who was born of a Syrian mother and an American father, when the US decided to go to Iraq, it was as if both sides of me were at war, and I had a need to be there, become a journalist, and try to explain people to each other. Of course, no one wanted to hire me because I had zero experience, and I got rejection after rejection, so I ended up kind of scrapping around, getting contacts to the Iraqi Ministry of Information. This is under Saddam Hussein. I don't know why they found me quite charming. I found a small company that needed visas, and I got myself to Baghdad with them. A few months later, I was still trying to get hired by CNN. Their bureau chief was hesitant, so I took a job with a Lebanese company that wanted to sell combat gear and porta-johns. Like, you know, the portable toilets? Yeah, I also briefly sold toilets for a moment in time. Long story short, I met with this bureau chief face-to-face and ended up spending 17 years at CNN. What I didn't realize when I was graduating high school is that the unique skill set that I had developed from constantly being the foreigner, from never really fitting in, all the languages I had collected from my parents and living around the world, they had all taught me to think outside the box. I'm actually comfortable in the space of being uncomfortable. I don't belong to any group. I live on the fringes, and the fringes have actually become where I am most me. That, coupled with my experience as a journalist, sort of honed this skill to not accept it's not going to happen. And basically, I have this gut belief that if there is a solution out there, I just need to do enough mental gymnastics to be able to figure it all out. And that is what in turn led to my creating my charity, Inada, that I launched in 2015. It is based on my experiences in war zones, having at the time spent a decade witnessing children injured by war unable to access medical and mental health care. Yes, as you heard, we did start in Lebanon. Originally, we were working with the Syrian refugee population here, giving them access to, again, medical and mental health care. But after the Beirut blast and the sheer implosion of everything else, we now are also treating Lebanese children as well. And I'm having to, again, coincidentally go through mental gymnastics because a lot of organizations are pulling out of Lebanon to focus on Ukraine. And what Inada does, which is actually needed now, it doesn't really fit into the boxes of the currently available money. But the point is, I'll fight like hell to figure it out. And you are all already fighters. And I think you need to recognize that. I hope that you do. Like I was saying at the start, it's unfair. What life has taught you up until this point is unfair. But you all now have a very unique skill set, not necessarily similar to mine when I was at your age, and I hope that you don't end up selling toilets and towels. But most certainly, this unique skill set that you have is not similar to what the vast majority of your peers have right now, nor is your experience similar to what it is that your peers have gone through. It's unique to you. And again, look at how hard you struggled just to get to where you are. Truly be proud. You have learned too young what you need to fight for, and unfortunately, the way life goes, you're gonna have to keep fighting for yourselves and what you believe in. And I know that you all are going to be extremely successful. So please, celebrate yourselves, be proud, so proud of everything that you've done. It's pretty incredible. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Damon, for your remarks. And thank you also for taking the time to come here. And listen up, you got some good advice. Each year, the senior class chooses a teacher to address the group, someone they find caring, inspiring, and dedicated to the profession, a role model. This year, the senior class has chosen Ms. Sarah L. Shadiak to give the address.
Oh boy, why did you choose me? Okay, all right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2023, if I could offer you only one tip for the future, taking care of your back and neck would be it. Aches and pains in the spine are just facts of life, so are degenerative conditions. A hard pill I had to swallow the day I turned 30 and found myself in bed thinking, why did no one tell me about this? Don't sit too long, avoid picking up heavy stuff, and get out of your bed when obscurely existentialist thoughts start creeping up on you. If you're still capable of movement, that is. The rest of my advice has less to do with aches in the spine and more to do with aches of the heart, or how to live with as little of those as possible. Give. Give generously of yourself, of your time, and of who you are. Don't regret the act of giving or think that by doing so you might run the risk of getting depleted. It is only by holding back that the best of us, our love, our courage, our wisdom, our knowledge, is forever lost. And it is only by giving those or stirring them up in others that the best of us is forever saved. Only then would our love, courage, wisdom, and knowledge, Only then would our love, courage, wisdom, and knowledge live eternally in the hearts and minds of others. Live merrily, eat merrily, drink merrily. Don't let a day go by without letting out a hearty laugh, or without looking up at the sky and smiling in gratitude at the little things in life that make life so precious. That being said, I urge you to protect that tinge of sadness that exists in the deepest recesses of your heart. Don't try to fight it or to forever get rid of it. It is your one and only connection to the rest of the world. It is the bridge which allows you to genuinely bond with someone else. It is that map which unites you with the plight of others and which allows you this great sense of kinship and of understanding what is really wrong with the world. Ironically, get rid of your sadness and you shall forever feel lonely, abandoned, and not part of a bigger thing. Your sadness is, I kid you not, what makes you human. Be yourself, even if that self is inevitably going to be irrational at times, frustrated, and a little bit unpleasant. In today's world, a world that is so hung up on projecting a polished and organic image of oneself, a world that is plagued with social media users, influencers, and brands trying to push their own, often questionable agenda down your throat, being authentic is a breath of fresh air. Being honest and being genuine, although they might get you in more trouble and misunderstanding, they will always make people trust you and will always make people gravitate back towards you. Authenticity and honesty are what allow people to forgive your little human errors or mistakes, because they can actually see the person you are through them, and who you are is integrous with really good intentions. Say sorry first. It doesn't diminish you. It only shows you once the bigger person. Say I love you first. It doesn't weaken you. It only shows you once bold enough to take a risk and valiant as to place your heart in the hands of someone who might as well break it. Make that phone call first. Get back in touch with that friend from high school when both of you are admittedly busy and school, work, obligations, and, well, life are standing in the way. Be the one to reach out. Be the one to make that little extra effort. It only shows that you value the things that matter most in life, such as true and long friendships, and that you are wise enough to understand how important it is to surround yourself with the people who loved you when you had nothing at all, as opposed to those who do now when you have everything. And remember, as Mark Twain has wisely said, we regret the things we don't do more than the things we do. So go ahead and do it. As long as you are not hurting yourself or anyone else, just march to the beat of your own drum and do it. This moment is important because it marks the arrival of the future. I urge you to appreciate the journey, as it goes by much faster than you think. Okay. You are good people, ACS class of 2023. You are smart, you are wise, you are warm, and some of you are funny. Okay. You are capable of great things in life. Don't hesitate to push yourself out of the boundaries and limits some of you have kept yourself behind. We count on you to change the world to a better place. So please, don't let the world change you. I love you. Thanks.
Thank you, Sarah. Maya, it is time. Maya has been elected the senior class speaker.
Okay, I'm way more nervous than I thought I would be, so. Okay. Hello, everyone. I want to start off by introducing myself. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Maya Baba. When I told my best friend Leah that I got the email saying I would be this year's graduation speaker, the first thing that she said was, "Akid, you're gonna cry." And I really hope for me and all of the mothers in the room that our makeup will be intact by the end of the speech. I remember a moment during IB exams when I was on the phone with Jad and we were discussing our longing for all of this to end, when we were overcome by the stress and the pressure that we were feeling. I never would have thought that this moment and the feeling that it's finally over could be worse. Knowing that we will all part soon is what I now dread. I came here at a rough time for most of us. When a lot of people were taking off, I was just landing. Everybody always talks about the old ACS and the old Lebanon, but as someone who has only experienced this ACS and this Lebanon, I can say with full confidence that I would not want to change a thing. Although I have only been, Although I have only been at ACS for 2 years, it surely has been eventful to say the least. I have been to around 7 schools in my life. 7 schools and 7 different classes of students in which I had the opportunity to bond and form great emotional connections with. With that, I cannot express enough how different my experience at ACS has been from each of these 7 schools. Recognizing the names and faces of all the people in your class is one thing, but to look around this room and see all of the students in your class and be able to know each one of them inside and out is nothing short of a privilege and an honor. The sense of comfort I feel in knowing that I can call the members in this class not only my peers, but my family, is something that will stay with me forever. In saying this, I believe that this day is especially moving for the people in this room, for the people who understand what it's like to collect so much burden as a result of the extremely difficult times they've experienced and make something beautiful and inspiring out of it. Again, because it's only my second year here, I like to think that I have somewhat of an outsider's perspective. And from over here, all I can see is a group of people who are survivors, who are warriors. I strongly admire each one of you for what you have been through and what you have made out of it. You have carried each other across the battlefield and ended up here. I am proud to call myself an alumni of this class for that reason. To be recognized as a part of a group who wear their scars and bruises with confidence and use them as their greatest weapons. Until now, our experiences have been contained in the walls of the school. This is a place where we witness Rakan sleeping in every class. I hope you're not sleeping right now. Or Mo and Adriana's pillow fights in the senior lounge. This is the place where Jude broke every couch we owned, and the place where Ms. Zain would scream "Yalla Asaf" every day before class. This is the place where Tiara and I broke down before each IB exam. And this is a place where we had endless conversations with Mr. Campana in his office about his wisdom and life stories. This is a place where we experienced every high and low that teenage life has to offer. And tomorrow, and the days that follow, this is not going to be our school anymore. It's going to be a mere memory that we all share. It's going to be a section on our resume. So whether you're staying in Lebanon or leaving to other parts of the world, we all have the shared experience and the same questions that follow. Who does it make us now, and what are we going to do with it? I have a good feeling that this room is full of future leaders, innovators, and artists who are caring and wise beyond their years. Achieving these goals is not as far out of reach as you think. There's an old IQ test question that consists of 9 dots. You have to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to succeed at the task is by drawing a line outside the box. Let ACS be your box. Your memories, friends, and experiences here all fit comfortably inside. But the only way to move forward and step into your future is to draw your own lines outside of your box. So don't hold back, be fearless. Don't be shy, but bold. Lead with confidence. I cannot wait to see where your lines lead you, and I hope that ours will cross again someday soon. Thank you.
Johnny, do you know this couch breaker named Jude? I'm thinking we can maybe get a bill together. Ziad, you can let him know the fee. Maya, your classmates chose very well. Thank you, guys. We're now going to return to the music. I invite the Rafi Mandalian Jazz Trio to the stage to perform Lean On Me with vocals performed by ACS alumna from the class of 2010, Sima Itayam.
you so much. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. I'm pleased to invite Ms. Joelle Yacoub to read the names of our graduating class. And I ask also that Ms. Megan Brook come to the stage to assist in the presentation of diplomas.
Everyone, please rise. Leah Abdallah. Lynn Abi Ghanem. Nadim Abi Samra. With high distinction, Hadi Abu Alfa. عبد الكريم أحمد. سامر الأمين. محمد طارق الزعيم. سلمى الشهابي. ركان الحسيني. With distinction, Hania Al-Mouji. With high distinction, Jad Aoun. With high distinction, Alec Arancibia Pender. With high distinction, Shireen Arnous. With high distinction, Amanda Assi. With high distinction, Lilwa Atat. Row 2, please rise. With high distinction, Maya Baba.
With high distinction, وائل بحسون. محمد علي طارق بيضون. بسام ألكسندر باز. With high distinction, محمد بيضون. With high distinction, وائل بهدير. Constanza Teresa Buono. كرمي بطل. With high distinction, رشيد وليد محمد رشيد عبد الجمال. Jonathan Joseph يوسف الحداد. آدم الأمين. With high distinction, خالد القصار. With high distinction, تاليا عطر. With high distinction, نورا غندور. Row 3, please rise. Karim Hash Hassan. With high distinction, Eva Noor Ahmedi. With distinction, Layana Hamdallah. With high distinction, Judy Hamoud. Haya Hassan. With high distinction, Roman Horalika. With distinction, Ahmed Esper. With high distinction, Omar Zara Jan. Adriana Cabalan. With distinction, Jude Kazma. With high distinction, Nikolai Maxim Krupski. With high distinction, Selim Makarim. With high distinction, Karim Maktabi. Ayla Matar. Row 4, please rise. Adriana Johnny Mobel. Dani Murwa. With high distinction, Tiara Rabat. With high distinction, Tamer Reyes. Bayan Samha. With high distinction in absentia, facial cut. With high distinction, Micaela Ortiz, Sosa Ortiz. With high distinction, Yana Taoush. Jude Tanas. With high distinction, Cristina Maria Benzani. Selina Wahab. Rina Wahab. With high distinction, Karim Zantout. With high distinction, Malik Zain.
rise. Mr. Cangiano and ACS Board of Trustees, I declare these students to have successfully fulfilled all requirements for graduation from American Community School Beirut and present to you the class of 2023. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, ACS class of 2023.
Sing, everybody start to sing, la-di-da, oh, now you're singing with a swing, sing, 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 everybody start to sing, la-di-da, oh, now you're singing with a swing, and when the music goes around, everybody goes to town, but here's something you should know, oh, baby, oh, sing, 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 everybody start to sing, la-di-da, oh, now you're singing with a swing. Music goes around, everybody goes to town, but here's something you should know, oh baby, oh, sing, 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 everybody start to sing, la-di-da, oh, now you're singing with the swing. Sing, 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 sing. Everybody start to sing. La-di-da, oh, now you're singing with a swing. Sing, 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 sing. Everybody start to sing. La-di-da, oh, now you're singing with a swing. And when the music goes around, everybody goes to town. But here's something you should know. Oh, baby, oh, sing, 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 sing. Everybody start to sing. La-di-da, oh, now you're singing with a swing. I, boy, baba, three, boy, be body, hold it. Really, I do good body, boy, la 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 la.